All right. Super glad to have you. Welcome, team. Those who are live, thank you for taking some time. Those who are catching the recording, thank you for making some time wherever you are today. I know we've got the US in the house. I know we've got Africa in the house already live. Darlene, you just joined. Great to see you. I know we have Puerto Rico in the house. Grateful to be with you today. We are going to start today's session. What number are we on, Christopher? Is today 6? Is it number 5?
Today is number 7.
Number 7. Wow. We are on CEO app training number 7. Last week we talked about pre-written messages, and one of the absolute beautiful, simple, powerful capabilities of the CEO app is that you don't have to think of everything to say or every time you send a resource. That's already built into the app. I'm going to turn it over to Cameron Powell, who is with our app developer and the platform Rapid Funnel, to introduce tonight's topic. We're going to take 10-15 minutes and jump into something that you may or may not know about the app and show you how to be able to utilize it. So Cameron, welcome. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to turn the mic and the screen.
Thank you, Seth, and welcome everybody. Good to see some friendly faces on here. Today we are jumping into surveys. So you all already know there is a couple of surveys in the application here, but I don't know if you guys know you can actually post these on social media to create leads. Meaning you can take a survey, post it on your Facebook, say, hey, friends, I'm looking to do some market research. Can you help me out? Somebody takes a minute, they answer a couple questions, they put their information at the bottom. The CEOPro app will automatically take their info and create them as a contact with their answers to their survey. So it's such a great tool. We have some folks that are generating, 10, 12 leads a month with these surveys. They're starting to write some of their own, but we got 3 great ones in here focused around 3 different categories for you. We'll get into those shortly. The challenge in the industry is finding quality leads. It could be difficult or expensive. If you're buying leads, you got to make sure you alternate, making sure you're different than anybody else who's already reached out to them. And it can be difficult to find those quality leads if you're not out there networking or meeting enough people. Big point here, social is free, but it's like building on rented land. So as we mentioned, you can use Facebook or Instagram to post a survey to generate some leads. But once you get that person, bring them over to the CEOPro app and, privatize that communication channel. If you keep sending them too much info through Facebook Messenger or whatnot, Facebook starts to pick up on that. Next thing you know, that person's getting ads for other products that maybe aren't CEOPro or aren't your products. So a great way to get the leads. But remember, even YouTube, wherever you're posting your content, always bring them to, either your email or your text. Of course, if they have to stick on Facebook, if it's, long distance, that's fine. But just remember, they're collecting all the data you're sending. If you put collagen in there, they're going to be sent other collagen products that you guys may not be selling. So maintaining your qualified prospects on social opens them up to those sponsored ads from your competition. For example, if you send somebody to YouTube, that's why our videos are on capture pages. If you guys sent them to a LifeVantage YouTube video, they would be getting other competition videos right there next to it or be distracted. So that's why using a tool like the CEOPro app on capture pages, privatizing is really going to help you build a relationship with those folks, and more importantly, make sure that they're sticking with you and not going with your competition. So as we mentioned, use social, don't let them use you. People like to talk a lot about themselves. Share a problem-aware survey to create some interest. So we got a couple in here. I just read through them. They will definitely work to generate some leads. But we can also get some ideas here. Problem where educational information, just gathering info on social, see what people answer. And of course, a lot of times they want to know their answers, and that's how you get into that conversation with them. So as I mentioned, the CEOPro tool here will actually create a new contact and link their answers in there as well. And you can always choose the best follow-up materials based on their responses. And that's part of stuff that Seth can coach on. If they say this and this and this to a survey, let's follow up with this resource. So maybe we'll be able to dive into a little bit of that here shortly. And I will go ahead and bring up the mobile device now and show you where a couple of those surveys are at. Seth, any mention here as to which survey? I know we have the money, we have the health, and we have the pet. Anyone to focus on today in particular?
Well, they all work. They they all absolutely work. I'll tell you a quick story as Cameron's bringing this up, and you're going to have actionable items at the end of today's training. Okay, what do I do now? But do these surveys work? Absolutely. You can utilize. I'll give you one example. You may not be ready to invite somebody for whatever reason. Like, right, you all know you're always getting new leads and touching them by nurturing them, and then the next part of the funnel is to do IPA, right? Income producing activities. Invite them to, watch a video or something. Well, sometimes people may not be in that situation where they want to watch information, but you can absolutely share a survey, right? Hey, I'm doing some market research on wellness. Or you met somebody at the yoga studio and they found out you're about wellness. And so the first thing you say is, hey, first thing I should do is I'm going to send you, I do a lot of education. I'm going to send you a wellness survey. I would love to know what your priorities, that's one of the key words I use. I'd love to know what your health perspective and priorities are, right? Are people willing and open to fill out surveys? I'm telling you, they absolutely are. Hey, I'd love to know what your priorities and your perspective is on multiple streams of income, right? Or your current or future economic situation. So I've utilized these surveys and it's absolutely beautiful. They're 1 minute. I'll tell you another lead capture story, because Cameron was talking about lead capture. And at the end of today, this is going to be one of the things I invite you to do. I had a link in my profile, right? Just like you can put your business card from the app, you can put that link in your Facebook profile. You can put it in your Instagram profile. That profile, that business card can have, here's what a business card looks like. If you scroll down, you could actually where it says LifeVantage story, you could actually put the health survey link. You could actually put the money making survey I have on my app. I'm not on the screen now. If you look at me talking, this is my business card, and look at that money making survey, health and wellness quiz. Okay. So I had somebody who heard me on another social media platform, happened to be Clubhouse, which is all voice, live voice. Well, she heard me talking about either money or business or health. I don't remember which, to be quite honest. She then went to from Clubhouse, she went to my Instagram profile, read that. On the bottom there was a link. She clicked that link, which then gave her the option to fill out a survey. She ended up filling out the money and business survey. And when that happens, you get a notification from the app saying you have a new contact. So-and-so just filled out the survey. I had no idea who this person was. I never had any connection with her. But because there was a connection, that she felt a connection, attraction marketing, she went to the profile, went to the link, went to the survey, filled it out. And basically I get this survey. I'm like, wow, this lady is golden. Bottom line is she's currently part of my team. All right. She's part of the team, bought product. We're still in follow-up to see, how far she's going to upgrade. I'm just telling you, having this survey out here is a powerful concept. Now, the specific surveys that we are very quick, they're a minute or less. So you can say, hey, do you have time for a 60-second survey? Right. They're all pretty much yes or no based, with most of them being yeses, the psychology there. All of them are only one answer, except for the second to the last one, where they can fill in multiple boxes. And then the very last one is an open-ended question. Okay, how much extra money do you want to make? And then they put in their information. So this is such a powerful tool, because if you know what people's pain points are, And if you know what their pleasure points are, you can tailor what you have to actually help them. So it becomes a much more personal conversation. So I absolutely love the surveys. Cameron, back to you.
Yeah, no, perfect, Seth. I really appreciate that. So if you guys were following along on the screen here, I was taking the time to actually go through and fill out this survey. This is that money survey. So great ideas from your leader here. He has this as a link on the bottom of his Instagram. Lady heard him speaking. She filled out a survey. She now bought product and on his team. So we know it works. He made it work. So it doesn't mean, it definitely means everybody else here on this call. So I filled out the survey. I put my answers in. I put in my information. I click submit. Look at that. It's linked to different emails. So you got to make sure the email is correct. So that's nice that people can't put in the wrong email. And then this will now create a new lead for me in my CEOPro app. And it brings them right to the video as well. So they finish the survey, they're brought right to the video if they watch the video. So, without even speaking to somebody, you have the opportunity for them to fill out a survey, go ahead and watch the whole video, and you're going to have 2 new push notifications on your CEOPro app that, this guy Wesley filled out a survey and watched the whole video. That's what we call a hot lead. All right. That's a prospect that you better be getting on the phone or introducing the other products. And of course, answering to their survey. So based on the answers from that survey, we should be able to, test that, or you look into the answers of the survey and we can see or coach around the best way to move forward. So we can see here that Steffi took a survey. Those will be under the notes. Okay, so if they fill out a survey, it populates under the notes tab. And these are the answers to the pet survey that Steffi filled out. So this is tied to that contact card, so you never forget the answers. They're not shared on a Google Doc separately. They're going to auto-populate under the notes, brand new lead with the answers to that survey. And now you can, coach accordingly, get them on the phone and review the answers. If we want to show you how to actually post a survey to social, okay, best practice, remember, we're under a contact. If I wanted to send, and there's Wesley, all right, there's that brand new lead we just set up, and there's the answers to that survey, all right, so that took, 30 seconds for that person to come through. I got an email on my computer here that I push notification that somebody filled out a survey as well, so it's lifetime interaction. And if you're sitting around and you get this notification coming through, you can reach out to this brand new person. Hey, thank you so much for filling out my survey. Do you have a minute to meet this afternoon to go over your answers? So we can, start to streamline that process, start to build that relationship. Because as Seth always mentions, best person to follow up with is the last one who engaged with your content. So remember, if we wanted to send them a new survey, or if this was a person we were building a relationship with, remember, we're under the contact, we highlight, and then we can send it email, text, or social media. Okay. But remember, we can actually post these on our social media. So best practice here, we're not under a contact. Okay. We're just going to go to our resources from our dashboard. We're going to open up our ITT systems, and we will open up that health and wellness. Okay. And I can click that, and we can see this little link here to social media. So I can actually scroll over here to my Facebook. Okay. And it puts the link in there. And now this is your chance to, personalize this. Take this 1-minute survey. Really appreciate your help. Or you can get some coaching here from Seth. Hey, everybody, doing some market research on health and wellness in our area. If you have time to fill it out, that would be greatly appreciated. So now I can actually post this on my Facebook. And then anybody in my Facebook, the average person has, I think, 600 Facebook friends these days. So you'll be able to post this and generate some leads accordingly. You can, post, hey, take this survey. I'll reach out to go over your answers. However it works, this is how you would do that. So just to review, remember, surveys are great for gathering information, business card links. But if you want to try something, and a best practice here, and we've seen great results here on the Rapid Funnel platform, is people simply going to one of these surveys, clicking it, going to social media, and actually posting it on their Facebook. This is a great way for friends, maybe people you haven't spoke to or known about what you're up to these days. You guys have a business opportunity. You're selling a phenomenal product. They may not know that, but this simple survey, enables you to start that conversation with them. So simply click Facebook and then come up with something descriptive here as to something to write about it. Seth, just real quick, could you give some recommendations as to what to type there to introduce a survey if they're going to put this in finally on social?
Awesome, 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 Cameron. This is great content tonight. I'm seeing your smiles. Like, raise your hand if you're thinking, wow, I'm going to post this on my social media. This makes 100% sense. I'm going to give you 5 things to do.
Get your notepad out.
Yes, 5 things to do with this
keep it healthy,
survey.
put good things into it, not just your mind.
5 things to do with this survey capability. Okay. Number 1, just like Cameron showed you, go to resources, create a post on Facebook, and you could say something like this. I'll give you a couple of options. Doing some market research about both health priorities and perspectives. Please take one. I would be so appreciative if you took 1 minute to fill out this 10-question health and wellness survey. All caps, health and wellness, right? Something like that. Or, hey friends, you know I'm absolutely committed to health and wellness. I would love to know what is your current health perspective and what are your health priorities? Question mark. Doing some market research. Please take a minute to fill out this survey, right? I mean, it's non-intrusive, it's not intensive. You might get 1 or 2 or 10 leads from simply doing that out, for simply posting that. Here's the deal. How many new leads will you get from this survey if you don't post it on social? None. Right? Are we in the health and wellness business? Yes. Do your friends probably know that you're in the health and wellness business? If they're following you and you've been forthright about what you're doing, they already know, but 99% of them haven't given you any information and you haven't even asked for that information. So this is what I will call a really small ask, right? It's a really small ask. And most people are happy to comply with small asks. So you could do something like that on the health and wellness. We could do something very similar on the money and business or the pets. So my number 1 recommendation is, or one of 5 is, make this post. Let's flood this week. Make a post, make 3 posts this week. Okay. The health and wellness survey today or tomorrow. The money and business survey on Thursday or Friday, and the pet survey on Friday or Saturday. That's 3 surveys every other day. Kind of give it some space, let it work through, right? And what we'll do is we'll see what happens with your leads, what leads you're able to generate, and we'll also be able to get some market research on which and whose of our texts, of our posts, the text that we're using the posts, are getting the most traction. Does that make sense? So super, super, super simple. That's number 1.
A little bit of beta testing, huh? Over there.
Yeah, a little beta testing. Yeah. Number 2, current and past prospects. This is a very simple reach out, very direct reach out, follow up with any of your current or past prospects. Hey, Wesley, I know we've been talking about health and wellness, and I didn't ever ask you, and it occurred to me, what I'd really love to know is what are your health priorities and your health perspective? I'm going to send you a 1-minute survey. Can you take a minute to fill that out today? I would super appreciate it. And I look forward to talking about, I look forward to learning more about you and where you are, right? Makes sense? That's the kind of thing. You already have a prospect who've already said, yes, I want information, right? Or they wanted some information at some time. It's totally cool to reach out. I might say something like, hey, Wesley, you there? Question mark. Once they respond, boom, then I'm sending the health and wellness survey. Any current or past prospects that you don't know their health priorities, guess what? This is an invitation to find out. This is an invitation to show them that you care about their health perspective and priorities. Does that make sense? You could do the same thing with all those current and past prospects with the money survey. You could also, almost none of them, Lillian's not on the call, but probably nobody's reached out to them about their pets. Hey, Wesley, Seth here. I know we've talked about your health issues, but I'm actually working on a veterinarian side or a veterinary science approach to what I'm doing in the wellness field. If I sent you a 60-second survey about pets, be able to take that today for me? I'd love to get that information. Boom, right? Super, super, super powerful, folks. So option number one is make a Facebook post. Okay, we've got a cadence. We're going to do that 3 times this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday. Pardon me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I think Van D put it in there. Tuesday, the
Thank
health
you.
survey, Thursday, business, Saturday, pet. And as Seth mentioned, if you've already sent a survey to somebody, don't send it again. Make sure you look in the notes. If you have current and past prospects, great way to reintroduce the conversation. Remember, you can either, type that pre-written message to the survey or send them a text, start the conversation, and then ask for that permission-based marketing to send that over.
Awesome. Let me get to the other 3 because I'm taking too much time. Current and past customers. Think about this. You already got a customer who's already on a product right now. Maybe you should say, hey, you know what? I'd love to know. I bet you don't know that I actually do a lot of work with pets, or my team and I do a lot of work with pets. So I'm doing some market research with all of my current customers. By the way, thank you so much. I super appreciate your business. I'm sending through a 1-minute survey about pet health and longevity or whatever, I'd love to get your feedback if you have pets. People who have pets, when you say pets, tell me about your pets. It's like, tell me about your kids. You're not going to be able to stop them from talking about it, right? So you could even do that. It's just with some of your customers with the money and business survey. Hey, one of the things you may not know, in addition to what I'm doing on the health and wellness side, and by the way, I'm so happy that you're activating, is I'm absolutely passionate about what's going on in the economy right now. There's so much unemployment, people leaving their, the great resignation, inflation, gas prices, food price increases. I know there are a lot of people who are just looking for various creative ways to make money. And so I put together, my team and I created a money and business survey just to get an idea about how people are feeling about their finances and what they'd like to do in the future. Sure. If I sent you a money and business survey today that took 60 seconds, would you mind filling it out? I would love to know what your perspective is and your priorities are. I super value your opinion. Does that make sense? This is very soft and very valuable. So that's number 3. Number 4 is put this link on your profile. Okay. Put your business card link on your profile, and in your business card, make sure that you have the surveys as an option, so that when people click on your profile, that they might filter down and say, oh, I want to take this survey. Okay. And number 5 is do a story on your interest in health and wellness, and then invite people to fill out or to tell you about their health priorities and their current health priorities, their current health situation. Or say, hey, I'm doing some market research. I'm inviting you to take a 60-second health and wellness survey. Do that in your stories. And then in the story, you can actually take the link, right? You can copy that survey link and enter it as an active link in stories. We've talked about how to do this. If you don't know how to do it, we'll talk about it on Power Hour, or DM me. Okay, it's super easy. So do 2 or 3, 4-page story, okay, and make sure that at least once or twice in that story, the active link, click the link below to take the 60-second survey, and maybe you do a giveaway. the first 10 people, the next 10 people to fill out the survey, I'm going to be sending a sample of my favorite nootropic product. This stuff is brain food, folks. I'm going to send it to you for free, just as a thank you for filling out the survey. If you do it, this story is only live for 24 hours, right? You could do that on Instagram and Facebook. Super powerful. That's 5. That's number 5. I'm going to give you 5B. 5B is this. If you did it on a story, then what can you easily also do with that story? Anybody want to type it in the chat? I'm going to give 5 seconds to see if somebody knows what you can do with that story. Beverly, okay, you could do a reel. Okay, you could absolutely do a reel. I kind of put reel in post, but it is different. That's 5C. Beverly says do a reel. Yes. Here's what you can do. If you've already made a story out of it, then you should add it to a highlight. Right? Yes. I don't know who said highlight, but somebody said highlight. You can add it. Maybe it was Melanie. Okay. You can add it to a highlight that where you're talking about product, right? Remember, you already should, or you're going to have a highlight about health and wellness, or about biohacking, or probably more appropriately about activation, right? Or about feeling better, right? If you have a highlight with all these different story archives, then guess what fits in there really easily? Your 3-page story about health and wellness market research. I'd love to know your answers, because somebody might stumble on that in 3 years from now and fill that out. Well, guess what? If you do a story on the health and wellness survey, you can also do a story on the money and business survey. You can also do a story on the pets and animal health survey, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and C of how to use this information to do what? To generate new leads, to strengthen your relationship with current prospects, and to actually increase profit and revenue per customer. Okay. Boom. Cameron, anything you want to add? We got 6
phenomenal. Yep.
We
The stories are huge. I saw a post the other day. I think about 60-70% of content on social media is viewed on stories now. Even myself, I don't find myself scrolling. I just end up on stories. So being able to post that, play around with it. You can post it private just to make sure it looks all right. But it's important to utilize all 5 of those. Definitely go back and watch this recording. Speaking of that, Seth, I think I need you to send me a couple of these recordings so I can post them in the coaching section. I think we've fallen behind on that. Last thing I want to show everybody. So I did post this on my Facebook. So I actually might generate some leads. So whoever wants them, I posted this on my Facebook, and I don't know how to sell your product. So reach out to me if some people fill out my survey. I'll send it over. This is what it pops up as. You see here the couple things Seth taught me I typed in. It has a nice banner here. You don't have to be a digital marketer. It's already built here for you. You just come up with the witty stuff on the top. The CEOPro app takes care of the rest. And to answer, I believe it was Heidi's question about health concerns. Yes, you can see here on the health and wellness survey, this is a chance for them to talk about their biggest health challenge. I think they can type up to a sentence there. So this is just a great way to gather information here. And yeah, that's it for today. I do want to show you next week, we will be training on Trust Builds Business, harnessing the power of referrals. So now we're going to start generating leads with surveys. And now we're going to incorporate some tools to generate referrals from those new leads from the surveys. Every week, guys, you're seeing that this is more and more of a powerful tool, and really appreciate Seth's insights. I got to start, inviting him to some of my other trainings for some other companies, because this guy's on it.
Whew. Welcome to CEO. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Cameron, thank you so much for your time today. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually bump over and start our meetup. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to stop the record. But here's what I'm going to say. Anybody who posts. Okay, here I'm giving you an opportunity here. We're gonna run a little promo here for the week. Okay, before next week, before we come back for this scheduled meeting next week, I gave you 5 areas where you can do this. Okay. I'm going to pick a couple of them. Number one, whoever gives me the absolute best story. Okay. I don't mean Facebook story. I mean, just like the best experience from this training, whoever shares it, so I'm inviting y'all, share what happened. Big, small, medium, if you think it's funny, if you think it's silly, I don't know. I totally get to choose who wins. Okay. But whoever gives me just the absolute best experience and story from this, I'm going to give you a tripod. Okay. For your business, right? A selfie stick tripod. Okay. That goes to best story. Okay. Then there will be a drawing if there's a bunch of activity. If there's not a bunch of activity, we're not doing a drawing. But if there is a bunch of activity, which I anticipate there will, I'm looking for my piece here and I don't see it, but I am going to do a drawing for the people who post posts, right? Facebook posts, static posts, the health and wellness survey, the money survey, and the pet survey. Okay. If you do those 3 surveys and you do 3 stories, okay, 3 stories with those, and you add those to highlights. If you add those to highlights, I'm going to do a drawing for anybody who does that. And I don't know if anybody will do that because that's work, right? But those 3 things, okay, I'm going to put you in a drawing for a mobile creators kit. It's my Bloom Cube mobile creators kit, which is an awesome tripod that you put your cell phone in. It has its own light and it has its own speaker. Okay. It's $180 value. Okay. I personally use it. I travel with it. It gives me lighting. It gives me great sound. It gives me tripod action. So anyway, I'm way over Vivian. Vivian's like, Seth, we are way over on this. So that's what we're going to do. Cameron, thanks for being here.